to everyone. All right, welcome to our July 11th commission meeting, 9:02 a.m. Right, at this time, we will have the prayer invocation by Chaplain Frank Stevens, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's stand for the invocation, remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Heavenly Father, we join together to pray for your grace over our city leaders. We ask, Father, that you would provide our commission members with wisdom and with discernment and great courage for the task ahead of them today. Protect their spouses, protect their families as they labor on behalf of Lynn Haven residents. I also ask for your protection for our city workers, Father. Keep them safe in their offices, their workplaces, and for those traveling throughout our city, keep them safe. Keep our first responders safe, blessing our first responders and protecting them also. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chaplain Stevens. At this time, we'll open the floor for public commentary. Please come up after being recognized by City Manager Vicki Gaynor. Remember to state your name and address for the record.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Hall-Carey. I live at 100 Montana Avenue, and I am here today to address the damaged splash park. I'm here today to express my opinion of myself as well as my elderly neighbors who cannot attend meetings such as this, and people who work, Lynn Haven residents who also it's not convenient to attend these meetings. So I represent a lot of people with the same opinion. These meetings are informative, and it gives us an opportunity as citizens to speak about what our wishes are to be done, not only on our street and in our neighborhood, but in Lynn Haven. So I live on Montana Avenue. The splash park was damaged by the tornado, and I am in full support of rebuilding the splash park. There are various rumors as to what is going to happen to the splash park. I am not political. I'm not interested in who the splash park's named after. I'm not interested in anything involved in politics. I'm interested in continuing to see those families, both in Lynn Haven and in Southport, come and enjoy this splash park for their children. In reference to rumors about it being a skate park, I would like to address my opinion that we have a skate park in downtown Panama City, which is a perfect area for a skate park because it's a commercial area. So there's not people getting home from work or people that go to bed early that could be disturbed by a skate park and how noisy it is. So I think the skate park in downtown Panama City is great. There are actually 2 skate parks across the bridge from us that would be convenient for teenagers that want to have a skate park. So I'd like to express my opinion before any decision is made on what happens, that I and other residents in Lynn Haven might be notified so that we can weigh in on our opinion and options for the skate park, rather than the skate park, not having a skate park, having a splash park. So I look forward to any feedback that I can get from you guys today after I finish speaking so that I can share it with other people that know that I'm at this meeting for this particular issue. Thank you. Yes.
I'm Emma Smith, 601 East 9th Street, Lynn Haven, Florida. I sometimes fear for my safety. I live on the corner of 9th Street and Illinois Avenue, and there are many people who drive correctly on 9th Street, but there's no stop sign between 9th Street and up in the country club area. And most of them are good drivers, but when I go to the back of my driveway, right near the corner, cars sometimes going around the curve without slowing down. I check for traffic, and they come and someone park right along the side of me, so they can't stop in time. And I would like to see a four-way stop sign put on that intersection to control traffic on Highway or East 9th Street. This be for me, my family, and my friends and neighbors. Please consider this. It's a simple thing. Only takes 2 signs, stop signs, and it would remedy traffic, and it would slow, or not remedy traffic, remedy the problem, and would slow down traffic and make me feel safer. Because sometimes when I back out, they're coming around so fast on 9th Street until they almost run into me. Please consider this. And I thank each of you for your service and taking care of Lynn Haven. Thank you.
That's it, Mayor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Commentary in regards to the mayor's report in regards to the skate park. Currently, that's still under discussion. We did briefly discuss that during our meeting. The commissioners, mayor, city staff had last month, and so at this time, it's still what will happen at Kensaw. But it is something that we are taking into consideration and would actually build something that will help us in the future for generations to come. So that is something that's still under discussion. And in regards to last public comment, we'll follow with City Manager and Chief, Mr. Bobby Baker, that's the issue as well. At this time, we have our proclamation. I will read it and whereas Lynn is proud to recognize and celebrate the exceptional achievements of our 2023 All-Star Baseball and Softball teams. And whereas this is the first All-Star selection of teams since the devastation of Hurricane Michael for our baseball and softball program, the City of Lynn Haven had 3 All-Star teams to participate and compete in the 2023 Dizzy Dean World Series in South Haven, Mississippi. 8U baseball, 10U baseball, and 10U softball. And whereas these talented young athletes have demonstrated unwavering dedication, commitment, and sportsmanship throughout their journey, capturing the hearts and admiration of our community, and whereas the teams exhibited a relentless pursuit of excellence under the guidance of their exceptional coaches, and whereas we say thank you to their coaches, Richard Lowry, 8U baseball, Danny Gill, 10U baseball, and Marcus Henderson, 10U softball, for their hard work, time, and dedication throughout the 2023 All-Star season. And whereas the 2023 Lynn Haven All-Stars have brought pride and honor to our beloved city, representing the city of Lynn Haven in the highest fashion, and serving as role models for aspiring young athletes in our community. Now, therefore, by the virtue and authority invested in me as mayor of the city of Lynn Haven, on behalf of the city commission and all citizens of Lynn Haven, I do hereby recognize our 2023 Lynn Haven All-Star teams by proclamation. In witness whereof, I do hereby set my hand, cause the seal of the city of Lynn Haven to be affixed this 11th day of July, 2023. Congratulations.
It's on behalf of the City of Lynn Haven and the mayor that we present to you this proclamation. We are so very, very proud of our teams. Mr. Ward, who is the Director of Sports and Rec, has done an amazing job of pulling our teams back together. And these coaches, I want you to give these coaches a hand because they are also very busy, but they've taken a lot of time. a lot of time out of their schedules to coach our kids, just to give them great sports activities. We're so proud of you all, and we can't tell you how proud of you we are of you, that we decided we would actually give out your awards today, your trophies today. I'll ask Justin if you'll come over and help me give these out. We're going to just quickly call out names and coaches. If there's someone that's not there at the end, we are going to hold those. Jake Bush. Grayson Gill. Dalton Gann. Easton Harton. Samuel Hisserot. Is that close? Dakota Weber. Jace Kirkland. Nash Podna. Vincent. There you go. It's one of those names that you just don't want to mess up. Wyatt Seifert. Webb Sullivan. Jake Wells. Kendall Kelly. Christy Cervantes. Lily Ritchie. Harley Henderson. Hannah Pitts. Emma Sevagal. Yeah. Fiona Guston. Ella Pelt. Caitlin Almy. Yes. Tiffany Oldham. Grace Ann Balster. Aspen Myers. Valentina Mason. Olivia Templin. Jackson Blayton. Gavin Gill. Malachi Adams. Hudson Gilliam. Weston Woodsley. Carter Reed. Abel Wells. Logan Barrett. Reed Buss. RJ Sandy. Nolan Bush. Rhett Lowry. Oh, last one. Blaine Sparks. Okay? Why is this so important that we do this now? Because we want to encourage our kids to even be better for the next couple of years. We are so proud of the city of Lynn Haven all-star teams. They traveled all the way to South Haven, Mississippi. World Series did an awesome job. We cannot thank you enough, coaches, parents, players, both softball and baseball. Awesome job. Thank you so much. Stay right there while we get some pictures. If the commissioners that are here will come and get in the picture, that'd be great. Commissioner. Yes.
It's hot. Huh? Won't get up. Let me get in the back.
Hold up those trophies, guys. Let's give them a hand. Would you present that after? We'll present that. You can just stand right here.
Bill Hurley, could have played football at Notre Dame. Didn't want to play football. He had no knees.
We just, the 8U team just signed some baseballs to give to you guys for all your help, for helping us put this all together since the hurricane. So we just wanted to give those to you guys. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to our all-star teams, and thank you to Mr. Justin Ward and all of his staff for putting on an excellent spring season for us with baseball and softball, and it was wonderful to have it out at the sports complex in Kane Griffin this year. That is the end of my report at this time. Commissioner Peebles.
Thank you, Mayor. This past week was a fun one. We obviously had the 4th of July Independence Day Parade and fireworks show, which I attended and enjoyed every second of. I would say that I just want to make a few notes of some fun things that happened while I was walking around at the parade. I had a citizen come up to me and say, I actually live in the county, but I want you to know that Lynn Haven is my favorite city in the county. So I thought that was pretty cool. I had another citizen tell me while we were at the fireworks show that this is the best fireworks show that Lynn Haven has ever had. And I want to commend the police and the fire and emergency team, because when I left, it took me about 10 minutes to leave. I remember years ago it would take me over an hour easily. And so I knew that the city manager and other people talked about how it had been a lot better and stuff, but it was really eye-opening how much quicker it was. I mean, I literally just got in my car, followed the line, and left. It was impressive. I also want to thank Sue Bynum for her time on the Financial Review Committee. Thank you for that. And I want to thank Debbie Ashbrook for stepping up. We technically have to approve it, but I just want in my report to say thank you for that. I also want to talk a little bit about the splash pad since Rebecca brought it up. That you're hearing the skate park thing because it's just an idea that was brought up officially in a meeting. Really where we're at with the splash pad right now is the official phase is that we're in an exploratory phase. So what that means is we're officially looking into it, is really what that means. So technically speaking, if we could technically decide that it's something else besides a splash pad or a skate park. It's not necessarily one or the other. So if you have any ideas, this is the exploratory phase, so please bring ideas to us. If your idea is keep a splash pad open, cool. If your idea is skate park, cool. But if you have something else too, cool. This is a perfect time to bring ideas. Us as a commission and citizens are a team to make the city better. We cannot claim to know everything. At least I can't claim to know everything, I can tell you that. So the more information I can get from the citizens, please reach out to me on email or Facebook or whatever. If you don't have any of that information, come see me afterwards. I'll give it to you. I'll give you my cell phone number and all that. So I just wanted to say thanks again to the staff for putting on an excellent 4th of July Independence Day celebration. I was sore all next day from throwing beads. I want to say that Mayor Nelson, I can tell that you used to play baseball because of how well you were throwing the beads and the candy, so that was pretty cool. I was sore all the next day. It felt like I took an Advil PM the next day before I went to work or something, because I was just so like, I may look young, but I'm a lot older than I used to be. And I was a little bit sore after throwing beads that whole time, and I loved every second of it. It reminded me of just how fun parades were when I was a child. And so I'm excited that the city of Lynn Haven is going to continue to put on such an excellent celebration of our independence. And just to remind you, since it's kind of in that time frame, you've seen these banners of our local heroes. Please keep an eye out next year if you want to add one of those for someone that you know. Maybe the city did a good job of putting out the information about that, but maybe some of you had not known that you had the possibility to do that for one reason or another. So please keep a lookout for that if you'd like a family member or a friend to be up on a banner next year. And that is my report.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Perno?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner Peebles. I'd like to echo your sentiments about 4th of July. It was actually just wonderful again. I don't think there's many hometown parades that have the F-22s coming over. You know, it was just a joy to see everybody. I think that the staff just did a stellar job as usual, and I just, it's amazing how they come together and pull this off every year. And the other city events where they come, it's just there's not many cities that pull together like the city of Lynn Haven. So I want to say thank you to everybody for that. Moving the flag down a block really generated a lot more people in the last 2 blocks of the parade. Usually it's sparsely populated along that area, but since they moved the fire trucks and the flags down a block, it really made a lot of people congregate around that. So it was probably the most people I've seen on the parade route in the 6 years I've been watching it be done from a inside the ring perspective. So thank you to all our first responders, and thank you to our military. And that's it for me. Thanks.
I also want to thank the staff on behalf of the citizens of Lynn Haven for putting on such a wonderful celebration. It was great watching the kids' expressions. I usually go and sit on the sidelines and watch the parade, and so of course this year I had a different perspective, and I was amazed at the number of people along the parade route. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and showing their respect for our country. At Sharon Sheffield Park, it was amazing. My husband and I stood there for quite some time to watch kids, and they had a drink machine there, and it said, "Hug me." And so the kids would go up and hug the drink machine, and they would get a free drink. The expressions on those kids' face was just amazing. It was actually a beautiful sight to see the enthusiasm for the kids. And yes, I did it too.
Go, Judy.
I just had to. Okay. And again, I want to thank the police, all of the first responders for being handy on that day to make sure that everybody was safe.
Thank you. Commissioner Ward?
I don't really have anything. Just sorry I missed the parade this year. I know it's always a good time and to no surprise. I know the staff did an outstanding job as they always do, so I appreciate all the effort that went into it. And hopefully I'll be there next year. I'll make every effort to be there next year because it is something I do enjoy, and seeing all the smiling faces. So thank you.
We were actually able to keep candy throughout the duration of the parade since you weren't able to make it. So, but thank you. And I share the sentiments of all the commissioners. Thank you to all the staff, city manager, all the hard work that was put in. People were showing up as early as 4:30, 5 o'clock to start the work day for our July 4th celebration. So A lot of great sacrifice. Hopefully you can do it sometime on July the 5th. And also just thank you to the city of Lynn Haven, our citizens and the surrounding areas for just coming out and making it all worthwhile. I mean, a lot of work and effort is put into that. So to see people come out and enjoy it makes it just a great day altogether. So, I've got nothing but positive feedback about it. And so just very excited and look forward to not just next year, but all the things we do between that time. City Manager?
Yes. First, let's do our updates. Warrant list update.
Good morning. Questions about the warrant list?
Yes, I have one.
Yes, sir.
What, the BGN contractors, what was that paying for?
That's for the sports park and for the Public Works Department.
Excellent, thank you.
I had one, I'm sorry. I meant to ask you the other day when we were speaking.
Certainly.
About the energy and environment, 95,000.
Energy and environment. There it is. That's the concrete canvas for the stormwater improvements.
Okay. All right. So a couple of things, not much, just really busy right now. We are surely in budget mode for 2023, 2024. We'll be meeting with commissioners one-on-one in the next month or so. Kiki and I and with department heads have been working diligently to try to get a budget that is surely in place and in line with the city of Lynn Haven. I'd like to thank the entire, Bay County, Lynn Haven citizens. Like many of you, we got so many great positive feedback. It is really a day that the city of Lynn Haven comes together and we just enjoy and celebrate our independence. We celebrate each other. And it was just a great day, both that morning and that night. I would agree with the citizen. I think this probably was the best firework display we've had. It gets better and better every year, but I think this surely was the best one. Tree giveaway. We continue to give away trees because we want to replenish the trees that were lost during Hurricane Michael. Thank our Parks and Grounds Director, Ty Ferris, for continually doing the tree giveaways. I am very proud of residents who come out and pick up those trees and plant them, because it just means that we are replenishing what we lost, and it also means we continue to be a tree city for now 25 years, so that's very important to us as well. And then we are just going to be giving some updates on grand openings very, very, very soon. The gym is near completion, and hopefully that will, the gym will be able to open that up probably the first part of August. And spectacular that we are planning for new City Hall is our grand opening will be, and I'll go on and let you know so you can start to plan for it, is October 10th. How befitting. It will be October 10th, our grand opening for City Hall. And we feel like that we've come a long ways in these past 4 years, and it is surely befitting that we're continuing to rebuild. Next in my report is that we have an overview of the estuary program presented by Ryan Rossi from FSU. If you'll come on and join us. And she's going to do a presentation. And I think, Commissioners, you do have a printout, a handout.
Yes. Okay. How much time do I have? 3 minutes?
3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm Ryan Rossi. I'm the estuary scientist for the St. Andrew and St. Joseph Bays Estuary Program. We're hosted at FSU Panama City. We are based in Panama City, but we cover the entire watershed, so St. Andrew Bay, St. Joe Bay, and all of the land and water that drains into those bays. And really our mission is to protect and restore our bays together with our local communities, educators, students, environmental organizations, you name it. And we've been busy working on a management plan. We've had organizations make management plans before. We've had outreach events and stakeholder workshops to understand what are the priority issues or concerns in our watershed. And we've kind of boiled it down to about 8 that we consistently hear, and I'm sure you have all heard them too. So they include things like community engagement, recreational opportunities, wastewater, nutrients, pathogens, and toxins in our water, stormwater, sediment, habitat loss, and changing environmental conditions. And our governance structure is kind of set up to feed from the bottom up so that we're always working with our local community and stakeholders to ensure we're getting input from everyone in the watershed. So we have advisory committees that are composed of local citizens interested in just community outreach, science and technical information, and then development and finance. And then we also have a management council with representatives who share expertise in industry, academia, environmental organizations. And then we're governed by our policy board made up of locally elected officials, and Commissioner Perno serves on our policy board. So we don't want to just be an organization that's focused on writing a plan. That is our plan, our goal right now. We do want to eventually become a national estuary program, and in order to do that, you need to have a management plan. So that's kind of the big task that we're working on right now, but we want action and we want projects to help address those priority issues. So at the same time as writing this plan, we've submitted 12 grants. We've put in requests for over $15 million, and we've been successful at getting around $3.7 million in the door. And so that's really important for us because we are grant funded right now. Our initial kickoff funding is from Bay County and the Nature Conservancy. And in order to continue seeking grants to do these projects, to address these priority issues, we need support from our local community, and we're trying to diversify our financial support so that we can pursue funds to get stormwater, wastewater projects on the ground and going. So in the city of Lynn Haven, we've been fortunate to have really great relationships with staff and Commissioner Perno to try and get some projects funded. So we've worked a bit on McKitchen's Bayou. We've worked with the 17th Street Stormwater Wetland Project. We've got a stormwater sensor project going on right now, where we've worked with Chris to identify some sites to put in sensors to help detect when the stormwater pipes are too full and need to be pumped a little bit quicker than having to send someone out to check. And then also living shoreline restoration and implementation sites at several locations along the shorelines of Lynn Haven in areas that need some additional protection, like the treatment pond over at the wastewater facility. And so again, we're just here to work with our local communities to address these priority issues and help in whatever way we can. And right now, we've really worked hard to help write grants and make sure we're getting some projects funded and in the doors to make things better for our watershed. And with that, I'll take any questions if that's allowed.
Thank you.
I have a question. We're in the infancy of this program, and you do public outreach. You have some public workshops coming up, correct?
We will be having them in September, the week of September 16th. We have not picked specific dates yet, but we'll get that out as soon as we can. Okay. And we are always open to receiving any feedback, any information about projects that you think need to happen. We're always willing to work. There's a lot of funding coming down the pipes, so we should take advantage of it.
It's nice to have an estuary program that it's like the TPO of our waterways. So it's a long time coming. And if you know anything about the state of Florida, the estuary programs that are in place have specific impact on their communities. Specifically, I'm from the Central Florida area originally in Melbourne, and the Indian River Lagoon Estuary Program has done a great job in recovering the water quality in the lagoon. People let it go over the years, and it was the best place to catch trout and walk along a sandy bottom and pull clams up, but it became a very polluted area, and the estuary program is helping to bring it back. So we don't want to let it get that way because people come from all around to be near and in our water. And so to have an estuary program that's preemptive and protective of our waterways is a great thing. So we want to keep this surviving for the future. That's my input. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you. City manager, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you. City attorney,
Nothing today unless you have any questions.
any questions for the city attorney? All right, no questions. Let's move on to our consent agenda. Approval of meeting minutes 6/27/23. Approval to appoint Debbie Ashbrook as the new committee to replace Sue Bynum on the Finance Review Committee. And approval to auction off surplus police vehicles and utility trailer that are damaged and inoperative. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
All right, motion by Commissioner Vandegrift, second by Commissioner Peebles. City manager, if you'll call the vote.
Commissioner Vandegrift?
Yes.
Commissioner Peebles?
Yes.
Commissioner Perno?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes, motion passed. At this time, we don't have any old business. Just waiting on the staff to update International Property Maintenance Code packet for us. So we'll do that in the next month or so. At this time, we'll move on to our public hearing. Public hearing opening 9:38. This will be the final reading of Ordinance 1155, TECO Natural Gas Franchise Agreement. City manager, if you'll read that.
Ordinance number 1155, an ordinance granting to Peoples Gas System Incorporated, its successors and assigns a non-exclusive natural gas franchise agreement to use the public right-of-way of the city of Lynn Haven, Florida, and prescribing the terms and conditions under which said franchise may be exercised, making findings, providing an effective date, and repealing prior ordinance.
All right, city attorney, any comments?
No, and this is basically the 30-year update, and the franchise fee just went up 1%, and this will be good for another 30 years with TECO.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public? So be recognized by the city manager.
No, sir.
All right, no comments from the public. Question from the commission? All right, if not, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, motion by Commissioner Perno, second by Commissioner Peebles. City manager, if you'll call the vote.
Commissioner Perno?
Yes.
Commissioner Peebles?
Yes.
Commissioner Vandegrift?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes, motion passed. Public hearing closed at 9:40 a.m. Moving on to new business, discussion and possible approval to accept the new business insurance benefits costs with interest. Ms. Jennifer.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Back in May, the city, you all approved our RFQ for our insurance brokerages services, continuing with Abentrist. And today I have the two principals from Abentrist, Owen and Wes Wingate. They're here to talk about the new packages going forward for our employee insurance benefits. This is important for all our employees to have excellent insurance benefits, but it's not been an easy year based on increases to our cost of living and increases to insurances in general. With that, I'm going to leave the news to our brokers who've done the best they can to get us the best packages.
Thank you, Jennifer. My name is Owen Wingate, principal with Abentrist. Thank you all for having us. Thank you all for having us for another 4 years for the RFQ. So we actually reviewed all of the benefits for the upcoming year, which is October the 1st is when it renews. We were very, very excited with the Blues. We were able to negotiate under a 3% rate increase, just a 2.89% rate increase for y'all's group, which in the world we live in today, we were very, very excited about. Our recommendation was that we continue to y'all share the cost of that with your employees. So the employees' payroll deductions will go up slightly, but when I say slightly, it's literally like $1, okay, for single coverage. Y'all may recall years ago, we really worked with the city and helped lower the cost. The city put a lot more money into the plans, and the employees were super duper duper excited about it. And since that time, because we increased the participation in the group, and the employees have done a magnificent job of using the plan correctly every year, staying out of the emergency room, using the virtual visits, doing all the things that they can to help the cost of the plan, which in turn gives us good rates year to year. So to be able to come to you guys and say, hey, we're getting a 3%, less than a 3% rate increase, and y'all may recall we also just got a dividend back from the Blues a couple of months ago for about 5.5% of our premiums for the prior year. We're still in that arrangement with them, so if everything continues to go this time next year, I hope that we can stand up here and say, hey, by the way, we got another great dividend check and we're in a good position. So the medical continues to be the biggest part of the spend. We did get a slight increase on the dental insurance because I don't know if y'all have looked around, but everybody has really pretty smiles at the city of Lynn Haven. We are absolutely using the dental insurance. So we were able to negotiate that down. It started out about 20%. We were at just about 9% rate increase. So we were really excited about that. And all of the other benefit plans that we have actually renewed with no increase in premiums and no change in benefits. So we were extremely excited. Staff did a great job of working with us and kind of looking at some different plan options that we could have made moves to, and really decided the best thing is consistency in the benefit plan for the employees. So our recommendation is that we renew all the plans as is and keep moving forward. And do y'all have any questions? Because I'm here obviously to answer questions, and I did not introduce Wes, but he's over there too. We don't really know what he
Are there any questions from the commission?
Excuse me, sir? Oh.
Are there any questions from the commission? All right, no questions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion from the public? All right, no discussion. Commission, is there a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Peoples, second by Commissioner Vandegrift. City Manager, if you call the vote.
Commissioner Peebles?
Yes.
Commissioner Vandegrift?
Yes.
Commissioner Parno?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes, motion passed. Discussion and possible approval to set the proposed millage rate and budget hearing dates for purposes of submission on certificate of taxable value to the Property Appraiser's Office pursuant to the TRIM Act. Ms. Kiki.
Good morning. As is the case each year, I bring to you the very first step in the TRIM package requirement. This is setting 2 budget meetings in September. One will be on Wednesday, September 13th at 5:30. That's because we cannot conflict with Bay County or Bay District schools, and they will be on the 11th and the 12th. The final budget meeting will be Tuesday, September 26th at 5:30, your normal commission time. We have also submitted the preliminary documents for the TRIM package with a millage rate of 4.23. That's the maximum we could charge. As City Manager said earlier, we're continuing in the budget process. Should the budget move, we can reduce that number. As of today, the state still has not listed their estimates for our revenues. I checked it this morning, they're still not up. So I used last year's revenues numbers. I'm assuming, given the economic state of the country, that those numbers should go up. If that's the case, then the millage rate can go down. Questions?
I have one. Oh, we're proposing an increase in the millage. Is this correct?
Yes. The millage is meant to balance the general fund. And with our calculations, with what's in the budget today, this is what will get the general fund to balanced exactly.
All you're doing today is
Right.
announcing the maximum millage that so it could go on your trim notices. So you're not adopting anything today. This is just the 4.23.
We're not setting a
That's the
millage rate
maximum.
today.
That's what's
No.
going to go on trim, and it's going to tell them, hey, here's these 2 hearings. That's when you're actually going to set it.
Okay.
And we'll have better numbers by then, Commissioner.
Okay.
Okay. My concern is that where we're at in the country, property value is at its all-time high. And based on our accounts, our utility accounts, we have more people in Lynn Haven than we've had in a very, very long time. So theoretically, why we should not be increasing the millage, we would be decreasing it, because the purpose of a millage rate increase is to counteract property value going down. So I'm just going to say it up front, I'm not voting yes for an increase in the millage. It's just not, I'm not going to vote yes on it. So just so you guys know.
Kind of where I was going. I wasn't done. But
Okay, before we start sharing how we want to vote, are there any questions for Kiki?
Again, today you're not voting on the millage rate. You're setting the dates for the budget meetings in September, and you're announcing the maximum. Once I have better numbers, once the state's revenue numbers come in, then I can give you a better budget number. The millage is meant to balance general fund, and this is the number we need to be able to balance general fund.
I have a question.
All right, are there any additional questions?
Yes.
I'm just going to make a statement. Go ahead.
I know that we purchase services from other municipalities like Panama City. Have they increased their charges to us?
Yes, ma'am. The wholesale water that we purchased from Bay County went up 3% last year and 3% this year. The city of Lynn Haven did not pass those increases on to the residents. We absorbed those costs.
So we've already absorbed 6%.
For that wholesale water, yes.
Okay.
We've had increases across the board. You heard the gentleman from the medical insurance. There'll be increases there. We do not have final numbers on the liability and property insurance. There will be increases there. There are increases to the workers' comp insurance. It's the nature of the national economy now.
I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do we compare to the other municipalities within our area?
Are you asking about the utility rates?
No, I'm asking about their tax percentage.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know that off the top of my head.
I do. Panama City is 4.89, Callaway is 2.75, and Parker is 3.8.
Yes, and with that, just for clarification, Callaway has set theirs at, even though right now it's 2.75, they set it at 2.99. And then the county has set theirs, they will set theirs, where there will be an increase in there as well. Panama City's will remain the same. And so everyone, you're seeing some increases in the ad valorem.
All right, are there any additional questions? Commissioner Ward?
Yeah, and Mexico Beach is set at 6.5.
That's right.
But just keep in mind, and I'm sure the other commissioners know this, and I just want to let the residents know, whatever rate we set here is not the final rate. But if you set it at 4.1 right now, you cannot increase it. But if you set it at 4.23 right now, you can decrease, and I don't think there's a limit on how much you can decrease. You can decrease it as much as you want, right?
That is correct,
That is
yes.
correct.
So, I mean, so just keep that in mind. Thank you.
All right, any commentary from the public? All right, no commentary. Is there a motion for this?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, motion by Commissioner Ward, second by Vandegrift. City Manager, if you'll call the vote.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Commissioner Vandegrift,
Yes.
Commissioner Perno,
Yes.
Commissioner Peebles,
Yes.
Mayor Nelson.
Yes, motion passed.
Thank you.
Agenda item 14, discussion and possible approval of resolution 2023-07408, approving the local agency program lab agreement with Florida Department of Transportation with the Tennessee Avenue Sidewalk Project.
Yes, sir.
Janke?
Let me read the resolution first. Resolution 2023-07408, a resolution of the City of Lynn Haven, Florida, providing a local agency program agreement with the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, for a sidewalk project along Tennessee Avenue, authorizing the city manager to execute the agreement and providing an effective date.
Good morning.
Mr. Janke?
This item is in regards to a DOT grant that the city was awarded earlier this year. It's a transportation alternative grant. DOT awarded $90,900 for the engineering of this sidewalk project. So this is a phase one, and of course we will go back and submit another application for the construction of the sidewalk whenever the engineering is done. So this is kind of like a housekeeping item, requesting the City Commission to approve this agreement so that we can start with the engineering on this project. Are there any questions regarding this agenda item?
This is DOT funded?
Yes, sir. It's 100% DOT funded.
Perfect. I love it.
All right, any additional questions? All right, any comments from the? Is there a motion from the committee?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner, second by Commissioner. City Manager, you call the vote.
Commissioner Perno,
Yes.
Commissioner Peebles,
Yes.
Commissioner Vandegrift,
Yes.
Commissioner Ward,
Yes.
Mayor Nelson.
Yes, motion passed. Meeting adjourned. Have a great day.